everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm not teaching how to bake a cake. I'm not teaching how to decorate a cake. I just want to delve off a bit and show you all how, or teach you all how to know the business aspect of the cake business. Okay, I realize that a lot of people out there want to get on the business, but they don't even know how to go about it. A lot of people desire to be bakers despite the fact that they are working a 9 to 5, or they are totally clueless on how to go about it. Yes, some of them get trained, and after that it's like, what next? What are they going to do after? So I don't know it all, I must say, but I mean, judging from experience over the years, I'm just here to chip in a thing or two about how it has worked for me over the years. I've been in baking for about 7 years now, and I mean, it's not been all rosy and it's not been all smooth, definitely not. There's been a lot of hitches and all that, but we still keep going strong. So first of all, I think I just highlighted a few points that you need to note, okay, when you want to start a baking business. First of all, especially if you do not have enough, financial backing, or you don't have a lot of luxury of money to throw into the business, you need to just take baby steps. Okay, baby steps. That is, just start. You have to have something at the back of your mind that you just say, I'll just start, and when I start, I know I'll just keep pushing and then I'll keep growing. Rome wasn't built in a day, remember, so you cannot start today and start breaking boundaries immediately. You just have to walk through the process. You work it. Okay, so first of all, in starting a cake business, you can't just jump into it. You need some basic tools. Even if you don't have enough capital, okay, there are some things that you need that I don't see any reason why you wouldn't have if you are going into baking. Just for instance, if you are a farmer, even whatever the case is, you need to go to the farm with the cutlass and the hoe and all of that. So aside from having your baking pans, definitely, obviously, what are you going to use to bake a cake if you don't use a baking pan? All right, you need to use a baking pan. You just invest in quality ones that will not wear out. Okay, it's actually easier, okay, to buy the cheaper ones, and then they wear out and they spoil. At the end of the day, you find yourself repeating that process all over again, and you might not be able to. That's what, as in, maybe worse if you haven't even started making any significant profits, you cannot then burn out everything buying cake pans and all of that. The truth is this: you are going to get tired, you're going to get discouraged, and you're going to just give up. It's just normal. Okay, so just plan and plan and plan. All right, get good tools and equipment. Okay, you don't need the heavy duty industrial mixers. Just get a hand mixer. It's been made so easy that you don't even need a stand mixer until you probably have a few clients that want you to decorate a cake for them. And let me tell you something: if you get on into the baking business today, I really do not expect you to go into decorating immediately. It's a process. Okay, you have to get your hands properly firm on cake recipes, go testing waters, go for trainings. You see, even if you want to go online to check out recipes, I'm personally not an advocate of that, because you would see 1,001 recipes with the same title. So how then do you understand or are able to decipher the original and the ones that are actually solid? So it's good to invest in yourself before you break out. Okay, so you invest, you go for trainings, baking classes is littered everywhere. Okay, so it depends on what you are looking at as to whoever you want to tutor you. Okay, whoever is going to tutor you should know the basic rudiments of baking. Okay, so when you go for trainings, you get a grip on how to use your ingredients, manage them properly, your baking time, your baking temperature, and all of this. This saves you the stress of testing waters online, whereby you go for a particular recipe, you try it out, you don't like it, you jump on the next one. It's going to draw you back, and it's going to actually just get you frustrated. Yeah, so make it easy for yourself and go for training, okay? And when you go for training, I personally also am not an advocate of you getting on for a baking, a decorating, a dessert, or whatever all together. It's going to be too much for you to contain and handle, and you burn out. You feel like, oh, this is such a task. In the baking, aside from having to, work to make profits, you need to have the passion. You need to work. You need to have a passion, and you need to be interested, okay? And the only way you can be interested is if it looks fun to you. A lot of people run their 9 to 5, but they are not interested in it. They're doing it for the money and for the salary, understood? So if you're going to delve off into this, it shouldn't be from a task to another task. It should basically be like a therapy for you. Like, you're stressed at work, and then you bake more like a therapy thing to take your mind off the work stress, more like you enjoy, more like you're watching a movie. Like, personally for me, when I'm stressed out, I bake. When I'm tired, I bake. When I'm sleepy, I bake, because I enjoy doing it. If it's something that I do not enjoy doing, trust me, when I'm tired, I just have to sit or rest or give up or get uninterested. So basically, what I'm saying in a nutshell is get trained and have passion. You see, your passion is going to bring forth every other thing. Your passion is going to birth your creative mind. If you have a passion for something, you are going to be willing to research, read about it, test, try, and then from then you get your creative ideas. Baking takes a lot of creativity, takes a lot of creativity, basically takes a lot of being ingenious, thinking of ideas that people haven't thought of. This doesn't mean that you put yourself in a competition with anybody. In the baking industry, it's a very vast industry. A lot of bakers out there, a whole lot of bakers out there, different calibers, different angles, different aspects in the baking industry, but everybody has a niche they've carved for themselves. Okay, the sky is very big. Okay, so you can only just join in. You can come and take over. You can just come and join what is already happening. Yeah, you can stand out over time, but you just have to know that it's a community on its own, and you are just going to come join in the community. Okay, so you just have to keep thinking of things you can do that can make you stand out, that people will look out for you. Oh, okay, her red velvet cake is so amazing. Okay, I think her whipped cream is so stable, and all of those things. I think her pastries are top notch. All of those things, because I personally, over the years, I try to do pastries, but it's definitely not my thing. It's not because I can't do it, but it's just not my thing. I tried donuts. Oh no, I didn't enjoy doing that. Okay, so I know there are a lot of people that do this and they do fantastic. That's why personality matters, and what we are aiming to achieve matters. For me, I'm fine with making all sorts of desserts, cakes, like celebration cakes and all of that. So that's good for me. I don't want to overclog my head with having to delve into pastries, bread, cake, and you're a new baker. Trust me, you're not a superman or a superwoman. You are going to be tired. So going on, I was talking about tools, right? Okay, I think we should go back on track. Okay, tools needed, basically, you need a hand mixer. I said that earlier. You need a baking oven. You see, before talking about oven, you'll be thinking, oh my god, I need to save up to get this convector oven, the big ovens and all of that, the very expensive ones. Nope. There are a lot of ovens now that are just tabletop ovens. Remember, you are a new baker. Remember, you are just starting. Remember, you're just trying to get your client base, and definitely you're not expected to have like a voluminous turnout of order until eventually. So you start up with something. There are quite a number of affordable ovens out there. The imported ones are there. They're basically like microwave ovens, but they're a bit bigger, and they're sold around. You can make your inquiries for people that have it. Instagram is a big market. Okay, the internet really is a big platform, so you can always check and see. Jumia, anything, you see stuff and you decide which one works for you. Okay, and if you don't want to follow that route, you can go with the locally made ovens. You see, the locally made ovens are cheaper. As long as it's well done, it's actually a good start. At least spending the time where you find your feet, and then you can get the luxury ovens. I still have my locally made ovens, and they work perfectly well for me. So you need your hand mixer, you need your ovens, definitely you need your baking pan. I said that. You need your basic tools like the palette knife, the spatula, the measuring cups, especially if you're going to delve into measure, as in like all these recipes that require using cups and spoons. You can't use your tablespoon that you used to eat. You have to use the specific measuring cups that is supposed to. Maybe I should get that. I can show you. So give me a second. I have some of those here. So for this one now, this is a set of measuring cup. I don't use this all the time, but I'm just showing you that you see how everything is. It's a bit dusty. I don't really use it. So I have the ones I use, the regular ones, the cheap ones that are everywhere. Just tell any cake tool store that you are looking for baking cups, measuring spoons, mixing bowls, your ingredients, basically flour. I'm going to talk about that now. Okay, so your hand mixer is fine for you. Let me just give you a quick run. Your hand mixer, your tabletop oven is fine for you. I'm looking around checking your measuring cups and spoon, your digital scale. Your digital scale, especially if you have any recipe that has to do with butter and grams. You know, there are analog scales, but a lot of people don't use that anymore because of precision. Digital scale will give you the right quantity with to the last number. Okay, the analog ones just go round the clock, and you might just need to still guess some numbers, especially if you have recipes that require some weird or odd numbers. Okay, so you need your digital scale. And as it is, like I said already, there are industrial ones which you don't need. There are the ones that are less than 10,000, 5,000, 6,000, depending on the quality. Now, going back to what I said earlier about quality, despite the fact that you need to buy cheap, please don't settle for less quality. Don't settle for brands that a little bit of, whatever, and it just spoils. Especially for your core ingredients and for your core tools, like the scale, like the oven, and the hand mixer. There are a lot of products, brands out there, and you want to actually pick a good one, a solid one, despite the fact that it's a hand mixer, so that at least it can take you through a long time, so that even when you get a bigger mixer, you can have that as backup. I hope you understand. So that's about it for tools. If I remember anything because of the talk, I will come back to it. So the next thing you're going to look at is how to run your cake business. How to run your cake business in the sense that when you are buying ingredients, how do you buy? I don't expect you as a new baker to start buying bags of flour and sugar, buckets of butter, and all of that. Note that when you get to that point when you need to buy, it will be cheaper for you, because definitely things bought in bulk tend to be cheaper. But in the meantime, you cannot buy a bag of flour. I'm not praying that you won't get business, but it's better to be realistic. Set realistic targets and goals for yourself. Okay? In buying a bag of flour, you don't want a situation where it settles in and then gets misty underneath, and then you still have to toss it. At the end of the day, it's a waste. So you can just use the paint bucket to buy, use it up, buy another one. Remember that you are building your audience, you're building your client base with the little, cakes, the quick cakes that you make and you do for people. So for tools, I said that already. For ingredients, you have to buy in the littlest form for the starting part of your business until you get a ground, at least some landing. Okay, your target audience when you start your business is going to be basically your family members. I'm not saying that you would what am I saying? Your family members, basically. Those are the people that will taste your product, because trust me, there are a lot of people out there that have trust issues. It's hard for you to just take a cake to an office and expect them to jump on it. They will jump on it, but trust me, they might not still patronize you. So you see, you need your family members and friends, good friends, to taste your product and then patronize you. That's why they say business thrives when families and friends pay. Now you must be able to be ready to make a sacrifice in the initial part of your business to give them free of charge, no added cost. Why? Because why are you trying to tell them to patronize you? What do you want? As in, what do they stand to gain? You are the one that is trying to sell your business to them. Okay, in the long run, I'm personally not an advocate of giving out free stuff like cake, except it's a giveaway, proper giveaway. But for starters, you need to give as much as possible. Be vulnerable, be giving, okay? Because you can never tell who your client is going to be. Look, I still have some of my clients from about 7 years ago still patronizing me. I was not even in Lagos State at then, but some of them still want to patronize me aside from distance barrier, okay, even up until now. Is you building a good and a solid initial relationship that will actually sustain you over time. So be ready to give out cakes, on ice cakes like this. I brought this out for a reason, to show you that when you start up a cake business, you don't have to start looking for how to make these large sizes for people. You're going to run at a loss, because yes, you want to project yourself and promote your business, but this is actually a time too big to give out to anybody, except maybe it's a close family, your sister, your brother, all right, family, or a good friend or anything. But for random people, this size is fine, and there are even smaller sizes, all right, loaf pans. Why? They can easily eat this and get the real taste of your cake, whether they like it or not. That's why I prefer this. It doesn't even have any cream, so they're not trying to think, oh, maybe the cream makes it nice. It's just on ice like that, all right? See? And over time, when you grow in the business a little bit more, and probably you can break into, a corporate environment, this might be more presentable, okay? It doesn't have to come in this size. This is a big one. It can come in a smaller triangular pot. The smaller ones, these parts are sold everywhere, okay? You can do that maybe for end of year, or maybe you work in a company and your director has his birthday or anything. It's an avenue for you to just bring your mini cakes or anything to just sell it. The way people that sell pastries, chin-chin, sausage rolls, koche, take it to offices to sell. Okay, so you just have to do that. That's why I told you that when you want to start a cake business, you cannot start with learning how to decorate a cake, because it will take a little time before anybody can trust you, to give them a decorated cake. When you talk about decorated cake, you're talking about cake for birthdays, events, and everything, and that's a huge trust giving placed on you to deliver. So in the meantime, you have to work with all of this kind of cakes, smaller ones, even cupcakes can work, okay? When you bake up your cupcakes, you can wrap it in a cling film, package it nicely, put a tag on it, makes it look really, professional, and then you take it around offices. I'm not saying you should go begging. There's a difference. Promoting yourself doesn't involve begging or pleading people. You need to go to anybody to say, please now eat my cake now. I'm begging you, if you don't eat this cake, I will not eat today. Really, you don't do pity. Just go to the place of work, dress properly, present your product properly. You can go in a clear box or something. We have all these boxes that makes it handy. So when you even walk in, for them to look down, you will be hard. Okay, presentation is very important. So when you walk into a store, into an office environment, you don't even need to walk there. Okay, you can just walk in, go to their customer service rep or their HR, tell them you want to just market your product or anything in a very dignified and in a very civil manner. Okay, take it to them and just say it's more like a free cake Thursday for you or something, or it's a free cake Tuesday for you. That's how you do for your business. In anything you're doing, never put yourself down, because how you put yourself in the first impression you have is going to determine how they're going to relate with you subsequently. Okay, so when you go in there, make them feel like you've been in this business, but you're just trying to do incentives, office incentives. Nobody's telling you to tell lies, okay? But package yourself. Packaging is very important. Package yourself. When you package yourself, dress the way you want to be addressed, Address yourself the way you want other people to address you. Don't go begging. Don't go kneeling down. Please buy my cake. Please. It's going to be a slap on your brand, because eventually that impression about you being desperate is what they're going to hold up to you. And trust me, you're going to be shooting yourself in the leg whilst doing that, because if you go into a place of work with that kind of notion and mentality, trust me, they won't buy your cake. And if they have to buy it, they're going to buy at ridiculous low prices, because you've made them look like they're doing you a favor, and definitely they are going to treat you like they're doing you a favor. All right, so let's go on. So that's why I said ability to give in order to gain trust. That's what I said now. Give out, give out, give out. Don't stop giving, but give with a good target. Like, have a sense of direction. Don't just give loosely. Give and have a target audience. Give 10 loaf sizes. Give 10 loaf cakes and know that this is going to yield you one possible order. You know, all things being equal. You should be able to work without looking forward to having profit. Okay, I said that. I am just trying to like have a recap now, because profit is the last thing on your mind when you're trying to gain a target audience. When you gain your audience, word of mouth is very good for you. So you have to have a good customer service relationship and a good way to approach people. All right, because you don't start a business and start employing a customer service rep and HR already. You have to do everything yourself. So it depends on how you promote yourself and how you carry yourself. That's how they're going to address you. Okay, so you just know that it's not about the profit. Me personally, I don't think I made any significant profit in my business in about 2-3 years, because I was just doing it for passion. I was doing it looking at the future, knowing that if I can set a good foundation, I can always make my profit later. If you are profit oriented from the very beginning, you are going to have a lot of tension on yourself trying to meet up. So let it just have like, be free spirited, have a free mind, and just do your thing and enjoy it. Okay, take it at no competition. Okay, the sky is very big. I said that earlier too. No competition. The only competition you have is yourself. Your competition is yourself. When you stand in front of the mirror and you look at yourself, like, I can be better than this, I can do better. Who I am today, me, is not who I was last year, not for anything but for product improvement. Okay, so when I look at myself and I'm like, no, you can do this better for me, you can do this better, you motivate yourself. Don't wait for anybody to motivate you, motivate yourself, and then you'll be surprised at the exploit you're going to do. Okay, slow and steady wins the race, just like the tortoise. Slow and steady, take it one day at a time. If you go to a place of work and they turn you back, don't feel embarrassed. If you go to any client and they look down on you like, who is this, don't get offended. Look at the bigger picture. Okay, the bigger picture is the clearer picture. Just do it as long as you have the passion. You see, that passion, like I said, is the bedrock of everything. So as a new baker, the most important core thing, like a value that you have, is ability to take on a lot of bullshit, and ability to walk and know that the sky is your limit. Your future will be bright in the baking industry if you follow through to the simple tips and tricks. Talk to people as well. I'll chip that in. Talk to friends. Let them review your product. Talk to strangers too, because friends can be biased, sentimental. Talk to people. That's why I said tasters. Okay, when you give tasters, ask for honest reviews. People that don't know you will tell you, oh, I think it's a bit too dry, it's a bit too moist, it's a bit too sugary, because they have nothing to lose telling you the truth, because they don't know you. But when you give it to your sister or your brother or your best friend, trust me, they will try to package it for you. And you don't need that. You need very honest criticism that is very blunt and truthful. That's what you need for the foundation of your business. Okay, so I don't know if I've touched every aspect I want to touch, but I just thought to just share this. Okay, so in the whole rush of learning a recipe today, learning a decorating technique tomorrow, learning a new trick, let's just go back to the drawing board. Okay, and take it on from the business point of view, and take our minds back, and let the new bakers out there understand that it's not all crazy out here. Okay, have a good foundation, and at the end of the day, trust me, it's gonna play out nice for you. Okay, so that's about it. I do hope you enjoyed my TED talk, my short TED talk. I do hope you learned a thing or two. If you did, you can drop in the comment section the other things you want me to talk about aside cake, okay, aside teaching top forward cakes and all of that. Tell me what you want to learn. Maybe the issue of staffing, I haven't gotten it right too. Let me not tell you, like, I haven't gotten it right, but trust me, we can all share ideas, we can all know a thing or two, you can learn a thing or two from me, and trust me, together we're going to take on this baking industry with a bang. No competitions, no pressures, no nothing. Just do your thing, enjoy yourself while at it, and trust me, everything will fall in place. So if you enjoyed everything I just said, if you enjoy watching me talk and teach, please do well to click the subscribe button and click the like button as well. Turn on your notifications so that every time I drop a new video, you'll be the first to know about it. So do have an amazing day, and happy Valentine's Day in advance.